Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different to my usual content. For those of you who don't know me, gaming isn't my only interest. I'm actually quite into the anime scene also, and I recently stumbled upon an anime that completely made me consider my own life and the thought of life in general. This anime follows the life of a barman, Decim, and while he serves a great cocktail, his actual job is to judge his deceased guests in order to send them either back to the world in the form of reincarnation, or to cast them into the void. He accomplishes this by means of having his guests play a game, decided by a random game generator. This is done to create extreme circumstances to get the guests to reveal their true selves. If you haven't guessed it by now, this anime is Death Parade. In Death Parade, our bar, the Quindecim, is the courtroom, and our barman, Decim, is the arbiter. Now for those of you who don't know what an arbiter is, I'm going to give you a quick description. An arbiter is a person who settles a dispute or has ultimate authority in a matter. So Decim is basically a judge of the dead, deciding whether the souls of his guests are sent for reincarnation or are sent to the void. Now one thing that I really enjoyed about the show was that it includes the viewer in the show, and by that I mean that while I was watching the show, I myself felt like I was an arbiter. I found myself passing my own judgments on the guests based on what I was seeing in the show and comparing it to what the show decided. But it wasn't until much later in the show when Decim pointed something out that I really considered the judgments that I was making. It was pointed out in the show that the games are used as a platform to create extreme circumstances which ultimately show the darkness inside and reveal one's true self. However, what if the extreme circumstances did not reveal the darkness inside, but rather created the darkness inside, meaning that someone might be judged wrong? One thing that Death Parade has taught me is to consider my own life and the choices that I make, and then to also consider how I perceive and judge others. There were guests on the show that turned out completely different to my first opinion of them, and that just shows that, as cliche as it might be, you really can't judge a book by its cover. Death Parade has an episode which also really hit me hard titled Memento Mori, which translates from Latin as meaning, remember that you will die. While this can be seen as a very morbid thought, it all comes down to how you interpret that saying. I for one am choosing to use that saying to remind me to live now, because yes, one day it will all end, and I don't want to end up with any regrets of things I didn't do or things I didn't say to the people in my life. Maybe even in the afterlife you get the chance, like Chiyuki, to go back to the life you had. But in all honesty, we should make the choice now to live our lives to the fullest and therefore not have to make that decision in the first place, but rather to go happily into the next phase of existence. In ending this video, I just want to say to anyone watching this video that you're important to so many people, even if you don't realize it. Your family, your friends, your co-workers, even me. Yes, you're important to me. And if you're struggling with suicide, please reach out to the people in your life and speak to them about it, because this world is so much better with you in it than without you. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video or stream that I make. Cheers!